Hi, my name is Jonathan Mano, and this is my story.
Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone.
She said some days I feel like, some days I wanna quit and just be normal for a bit. I don't understand why you have to always be gone.
On October 6, 2012, I was injured in a free running accident. Free running is a lot of different things to a lot of different people. If you're just a spectator, for the most part, all you see is crazy people either flipping off walls or jumping off of buildings. But to anyone who practices it, or has done any sort of study or worked with people that do free running and parkour, they know it's a lot more than just crazy stunts. It's a sport in a way, but it's more akin to karate, where it's a discipline, it's an art form, and it's a way of life. I know for me, it completely changed my life, whereas I started out just before doing some sports here and there, soccer, swimming, but once I started getting into parkour and free running, I found that I was much more self-disciplined. I had a lot more drive to do anything, whether it was sports, school, and it's pretty amazing. If you look it up on Wikipedia, it'll just say, getting from point A to point B as quickly and efficiently as possible. But in the words of Sebastian Foucault, we're conquering the urban jungle. It's about finding your own way through obstacles, through life, and just movement. It's the art of movement. I often refer to it as, when I practiced, the world was my canvas, and every movement I made was a brushstroke, painting a different picture for everybody who watched. And the picture was different for me every day. Every time I did a move, it was slightly different, but that was the beauty of it. I had unparalleled freedom. I had the choice to do whatever I want in whatever way I wanted. Everything was my playground. And to go from such freedom to an immediate confinement of a wheelchair, not being able to go up or down stairs, not being able to fit in certain places, it's pretty drastic change. I mean, for anybody who would get paralyzed, it would be, but to go from such one extreme to another, it is, it's pretty harsh, it's pretty hard to deal with, but I've managed pretty well, and just gotta keep moving forward.
I feel so close to you right now, it's a force field. I wear my heart up on my sleeve like a big deal. Your love pours down on me, surround me like a waterfall. And there's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. There's no stopping us right now. I feel so close to you right now. right now.
Looking back, it's sort of weird. I wouldn't say I necessarily regret it, but obviously I sort of wish I hadn't done what I did. A lot of people, they come up to me and they say, I'm sorry for what happened, blah, blah, blah. And I always find that it's a very funny expression. That when something tragic happens to someone, you come up to them and you say you're sorry as if you did it. I always say, thank you, but, I'm all right. I'm in high spirits. But, it's definitely, this is my fault. No one forced me to do the trick. It was solely my decision. It was something that I thought at the time was a good idea. Evidently it wasn't. But, it's very strange. Because I've seen videos and met people who were either in car accidents or whatever. They weren't driving. Maybe the driver was drunk. And how they sort of feel about their situation. And for them, it's either just sort of happened or, maybe they're angry at the person that sort of put them there, being that they were the driver. But for me, the only person I have to be angry at is myself. And realizing that early on, I wasn't so much angry at myself. It made it easier for me to sort of cope with. I didn't have anyone else to be angry at but myself. So I said, this is what I did. There's nothing I can really do about it now except continue moving forward. And that's all I've done. And that's all I'm going to keep doing is moving forward. And whether it be in this or walking or however much time it's going to take, that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to keep moving forward. It's pretty funny, when people always say, be grateful for what you have and, don't whine about what you don't. And while I think you always should be, and people told me, I was always grateful for, my family, food on the table, roof over my head. I never thought that I would be grateful for my legs. I mean, it's something you're born with. You don't really think about it. And I think that says something about society, that when we're grateful for things, we never sort of think about just the things that we have to begin with, whether it be your family or whatever. We're always thinking, we're happy for our computer, or we're happy for PlayStation, Xbox, or happy I go to a nice school, or whatever. Nobody says, I'm happy for my legs. And that's pretty crazy, because I have seen people in wheelchairs, and it's never once made me say, oh man, glad I can use these. It's pretty crazy thinking about it, looking back in retrospect, and sort of thinking like, I guess I could have been more grateful. And if I was more grateful, I suppose I wouldn't be in this situation. What I did was definitely a dumb idea. It wasn't necessarily a new trick. I had done it before in a gym, but I had never done it outside. And because I had such a great training day, I was sort of still on that high, that adrenaline, and I figured, it was just one more trick, and you go home and have a dinner and go to sleep and you wake up the next day. But that's not really what happens. It's always that last trick you get hurt on, or always pushing the limits just a little bit more than you should. It's pretty crazy. I've often gotten hurt saying, it's the last trick of the day, we'll go home and that's it. But never had I really thought that, it would take so much away from me. And it just shows you really gotta, again, be appreciative of what you have and just be careful and never let things chance.
I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Where'd you go? I miss you so. Seems like it's been forever that you've been gone. Please come back home. 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 I'm coming home, I'm coming home. Tell the world I'm coming home. Let the rain wash away all the
back where I belong. I never felt so strong, ayy. Feeling like it's nothing that I can't try. And if you feel me, put your hands high, high.